I know that in order to make a difference, first you have to really care, and Ludwig really cares. He's got this infectious enthusiasm for the web, and it's that paired with his clarity of thought that makes him a leader in his field at such a young age.
How do we get this $40 billion of high-tech exports that Professor Paul Callaghan talked about? How do we drive this new economy? And if the politicians and the universities and the economic development authorities, they try to help, but they're often too removed from the process. Ludwig, as a student even, as a young person, was fully engaged on the ground and saw the issues and did something about it. He formed this conference. He got people together. He helped them communicate with each other. He helped share ideas.
Ludwig builds communities. He just can't help himself. From the design forums he created as a kid to Auckland's biggest tech conference, all he seems to want to do is draw people together and create something that just helps make everything better.
I think that Ludwig can't imagine that if someone had something awesome to share that they wouldn't share it. And I think that attitude is quite infectious, and it's led something he started at high school to become Auckland's premier gathering for creative workers.
He's such an inspirational person, I think, because he's somebody who doesn't ever wait for people to tell him that he shouldn't try something or shouldn't attempt it. He's the sort of person who will one day just wake up and decide that he's going to start recording and publishing a podcast, or at a very young age create an event that has become on the New Zealand creative calendar one of the most important gatherings of industry types that we have. And I think it's a testament to his enthusiasm and his commitment that organisation is now spreading out into schools and into industry to really inspire the next generation of creative and technological and design professionals.
So Ludwig has a long-term goal of getting more use into the IT and internet industry because that's what we're excited about. Just like most people, right? Except he was the person to rally the troops and make workshops for schools an actual reality. And the kids who attended these workshops were fizzing. They couldn't wait to try their hands at making stuff on their own over the weekend.
In Ludwig's case, he had to lead something from a very early age. He was 16 and he was trying to get people around him who were much, much older and trying to inspire them to turn up to this conference and to contribute and do more. And he managed it. And he did it because people just looked at him with awe and said, how the heck are you doing this? Why are you doing this? How are you doing this? And he just did it. He just got on and did it.
He's somebody who, even when things go completely pear-shaped at the last moment, as they did just before the last Gather conference when there was a venue problem, is really unflappable. I worked with him through that transition, and what would have been something that through even the most accomplished of conference organisers, Ludwig was just able to handle in a really mature and amazing way.
Another story I quite like is reflects that Ludwig really understands the audience he's sharing with as well. So a bunch of people said, let's start a coding for girls workshop to bring more girls through into the industry. And he said, that's not how you do it, it's patronizing. And he said, let's just have crash-hot female coders on the facilitation team, bring them in and give it a great title. And what do you know, he got like 70–80% girls showing up at his workshops.
He kind of embodies, I think, the best aspects of the internet itself. He's got this openness and a keenness to collaborate, and he can do 50 things at once.
He likes to joke around that his work maybe someday will make some money, but I genuinely don't think he minds being out of pocket when he looks around and sees that he's actually brought something to people's lives that matters to them.
And it's quite hard to keep motivated sometimes when you have a million things on your plate and curveballs happen all the time. But Ludwig somehow manages to keep his focus and enthusiasm. And in turn, the group responds because there's just no way that we'll let him down.
He's inspirational because he hasn't let anyone tell him that he's too young or not experienced or doesn't have the right background. He's just got stuck into whatever project has inspired him. And I think as a consequence, he's inspired a lot of the rest of us as well.
He's a special guy.
His biggest successes have definitely yet to happen.
He's an amazing kid.
He is going to go a long, long way, and he will come back to New Zealand, and he will be quite a force to be reckoned with in the future.